Good evening, all. ITSL 2021-22, organised by the ITSL Junta. We are playing TheManWho. I'm USSR, they're USA. I'm assuming they're an Oliver Sacks or a Travis fan, I suppose, if they're not an Oliver Sacks fan. Well, Decol and D-Style plus Duck and Cover is a pretty gross opening hand. We'll open 4-4-1. We can open... Ooh, choices. We could open Decol or D-Style because we're holding defectors. Anyway, let's plug in our hand. So I kind of like Decol, Duck and Cover, Coup, Iran to take Thailand. We could go South Africa, Algeria, Thailand, and Indonesia rather than Burma? Yeah. We want to wait to do D-Style until we've got some ops to pour in from somewhere else, really, don't we? And we don't want to do Suez without Middle East scoring. Nuclear test ban. EU. Korean War. Okay, so I like Decol, Thailand, Indonesia, South Africa, Algeria, Duck and Cover, Coup, Thailand. If they don't coup Algeria, we can take France. If they take France, we can't, but then we get the last coup. That all seems pretty snazzy. The only downside is if they 4-op 3 into France, 1 into Malaysia, meaning we then can't take the last coup, we have to take Thailand. But that's not so bad. This is basically a stinking opening hand, and the only downside is giving up 2 VPs to the Duck and Cover coup. But how? They might event CIA headline and play into Malaysia, and it's all for naught. So we'll see. No Marshall Plan opening. I'll stop eating Haribo at some point and let you enjoy the game, right? But not while there's Haribo around me. In fact, I'm just going to put it out of reach. There we go. No more Haribo for me. Decol. And away we go. Middle East scoring's a shame. But let's see if we can make more besides. Thailand, Indonesia, South Africa, Algeria. Duck and Cover. Coup Iran. Let's have a 3 or higher, please. Ooh. A 6 is greedy, but I'll take it. So they can counter coup Iran, they can coup Algeria. If they don't succeed in the coup in Algeria, we take France. The only downside, I think, is if they 4-op 3 France, 1 Malaysia. We shall see. If they play into France, I quite like eventing Suez Crisis. Even though Middle East has scored, we can clear them out of the Middle East and take enough out of France that they then have to put back into France, which hinders them in Thailand. Ooh, a 2-op coup is very dicey. Yeah. That is unlucky for them. But you can't be... I just think you can't be sparing ops at this point. Oh, we actually want to put 1 into Angola before they do. There we go. Yeah, I mean, they might be ops light, but that is... that's pretty gross. If they don't play into Lebanon or Egypt, I kind of still like the Suez crisis, because just it's devastating clearing them out of the Middle East. We've seen in the last couple of games I've played. It's been decisive. Fit after space, and it misses. Yeah, so we'll event Suez. Yeah, I like that. It just puts so much pressure on. I know that we don't. It's not a clean op as such. We will obviously overprotect France. I think we'll use Eastern European unrest to space, as it's a nice little tempo boost for us. So we want to overtake France, take Thailand, take Syria, generally make the journey back to the Middle East harder, and something they kind of have to start now to get going. They've got a nice little buffer thanks to the Middle East scoring and the duck and cover. Which does lend itself rather to taking Portugal to press for domination in Europe as well. But if we use Eastern European unrest, we have to short East Germany back up. Let's see where this is going. Okay. Ooh, that makes Korean War so juicy. Oh, but if we keep eventing stuff, we're going to run out of ops to do other things with. 50-50 is as good as it's going to get. Come on. No guts, no glory. Glory! Probably the wrong play. Probably just outrageously lucky. Okay, that settles that hash. So I think we'll... no, we've got to do something. We've got to take Thailand before the end of the turn, right? Overprotect France. They've got a nice wee points buffer, though. There is decidedly more going on here than meets the eye. Oh, that's great for us. Ugh. Insta-dom. We'll space East European unrest because they're not in Malaysia. And we get a VP. Sweet. With independent reds having been played for ops, that's pretty good. We'll be looking to, apart from a Marshall Plan, we'll be looking to dominate Europe, I think. Once we've done that, once Europe's been dominated in the early war, we'll use the ops in Romania to de-style out. A socialist government's headline, if we get it, may be in order. If they do end up Marshall planning, of course. Or containment for ops, and it's a coup target. Nothing about that's good, unfortunately. So we get Asia scoring. Arab-Israeli war, De Gaulle. Arab-Israeli war is no use, really. 5-year plan. Socialist governments. I mean, this is another back-breaking hand. Okay, so US Japan doesn't affect domination. Formosa doesn't. CIA can't. So we could headline Asia scoring here. Although we could just headline Purge. Because we've got lots of clean ops. But I suppose, anticipating Marshall Plan, which is their likely headline over everything apart from CIA, I think we headline socialist government. So if they do Marshall Plan, we can immediately clear them out of Turkey. Great. So we'll coup Angola. Should stay ahead in Europe. And then we'll drop Asia scoring at some point for domination as well. We'll just clear out Greece, Turkey, and Portugal. Making them use 4 ops to take 2. We don't need to use a 4-op card to flip Angola, right? Nope. Yep. Rolled a 1. So they now have to use US, Japan, or NATO to take Greece and Portugal. We will respond by taking Turkey, which also continues to deny them access to the Middle East quickly. All right. Do they take Portugal, which is key? They do not. So we can now spread our influence in the 3-stab regions and use Purge to take Turkey and Portugal. And that pretty much seals Europe. We're up 6-4, and they can get to 6-5 with 4 ops, and then we have a number of 2-op plays to continue to stay ahead in Europe. So Onwards and upwards. Barring a 4-op play, we drop Asia scoring, and then we just keep the pressure on for Europe scoring. Ah, they've got a 4-op card. Okay, so we keep at it. Yugoslavia next. So they're once again a 3-op card in Denmark or 4 ops elsewhere. So we can use another 2-op card. We can begrudgingly use the China card to take Czechoslovakia and Hungary. But the only safe 3 and 4-op cards left are NORAD and US Japan. Because Warsaw Pact allows us to take, for example, Czechoslovakia and Bulgaria. So a bit of a hard time here. Marshall Plan plus the Ops War makes me think they're holding Europe scoring. It's a reasonable telegraph that they're concerned about it. Of course, if they're not holding it, we're 50-50 to be holding it, so I suppose they have to respond either way to an unscored region. So that'll be what's being chewed over. Can I take Bulgaria? Just jam. I mean, that's unfortunate. We're going to go straight back in and double overprotect that. Because they might still have 2-op cards, but they don't have 4-op cards. It's frustrating in a way because we're wasting all these juicy cards which we could sometimes use for VPs. But if they're spending 4 ops and we're spending 2, that kind of ops inefficiency is gonna crucify you. So I expect here we're likely to see giving up on Europe. If you're going to sink 4 ops in Europe there, I think 4 into Bulgaria is right, but then I can still play 2 into Czechoslovakia. To maintain domination. Special relationship. Yep, goes somewhere else. We drop Asia scoring for 7. We're going to punt on them not having Middle East scoring and not headlining it for -4, and we just make sure we get into Lebanon for presence-less domination ASAP. Or take Syria, of course, if they tap Turkey. They've given up on Europe, as is expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we cannot clear Romania just yet. But that's fine. And we can go Nigeria, Venezuela, Chile, and Panama. And we can hold 5-year plan, which we may have to space if we end up getting CIA. But because we hold the China card, we're not going to be shortened out of existence. Yep. They're AR6. So what we're looking for is Middle East scoring into our hand so we can control dropping it for presence-less domination, and as many of the other early war scarring cards as possible in either hand, because we should be able to manage the gameplay to score one or both for domination. If we can do that, the game will be over in early war or soon after. UNI. Okay, sensible play. They hold CIA. They've got Warsaw Pact. We have the Cambridge 5, which may be a headline. Blockade, NASA, NORAD's probably the space card. They've got Truman, they can't do a lot with it, and they've got CIA. But if they play CIA, we can coup Colombia. And they've got Formosa and Vietnam Revolt. So we know they hold Warsaw, Vietnam Revolt, Formosa, Truman, and CIA. CIA, the likeliest headline of that lot. We got Defectors, De Gaulle, and Decol. So if they do coup Angola with CIA, we can just Decol as well. So that's another thing. I think we go Cambridge 5 because we want complete information this turn to maximize scoring opportunity. We get purged. Annoying, but we have lots of things to event, and that's tragic. So we'll start by cooing Panama. That's good enough. So if they walk into Venezuela now, I might gamble on NORAD taking Brazil just to be on the safe side. But we now know this game is going past early war because we whiffed on all the scoring cards. And we're going to need to hope we get Middle East scoring before Camp David or Sadat. If no play into Malaysia, I may event decall to go Algeria, Zaire, Angola, South Africa. Put serious pressure on Africa control. But I think the likely play here is 3 into Venezuela. Yep. Okay, so we use NORAD knowing that could come back to haunt us, but let's hope we get Quagmire to take Brazil. And we now know 5 of their 6 cards. If they use Warsaw Pact, well, we need to find out their 6th card first. We could event Blockade if they misstep. Because even though we're under Purge, like that's a fairly hefty chunk of operations swing lost. We're definitely in the ascendancy, no doubt. I'm not going to be overly negative. There goes a 3-up card. Okay. Now we can event decall, though. So we will consolidate even with independent reds. Event decall, and we go Angola, Zaire, Algeria, and overprotect Thailand. Let's find out that 5th card. Vietnam, Formosa, Truman, CIA, and one other. If I don't get put under too much pressure, I might space 5-year plan, holding NASA, so that if they do Sadat, we can NASA back. I mean, we're screwed in the Middle East if Camp David comes. There's too much going on there. The other one, the Philippines. Fine, doesn't make a massive difference there, doesn't move the needle. So we will space 5-year plan. Now we just need to hope we don't get one small stepped. If we don't find out their last unknown card, AR5 will use defectors to take Syria. Vietnam to space. Succeeds. Okay, so we take Syria. If we don't find out their unknown card, maybe we still blockade them because CIA is so good to remove from their hand. They then can't take a coup in the headline, especially when Africa is quite vulnerable. Oh well, step that. I'd rather keep NASA. So we'll event blockade. What are we likely to see? Socialist governments. But then there's also nuclear test ban, US, Japan, duck and cover NATO and containment. At least now we've just given them a one-op play. They could have a speculative realign on Panama or Zaire. But they can do no more than that. Or Brazil. We're not hoping for blockade to come back round in late war as well, so specking on it now is fine. So as long as we can fade ABM, Hunter, Grain, VOA's bad for us. Yeah. SocGov went. Oh, US Japan. Oh, that's good for us. Okay, Africa scoring as long as we get it right. I think we're just hoping that they don't have the scoring cards that we want, right? So, yeah. Dodge a coup in the headline. We can coup Angola and put 4 into South Africa. And they can't break France with the Quagmire op. Containment's our end play, and OAS we're going to have to hold. 9 is Alliance, which is already worth... Got Alliance. That's Alliance Africa, yeah. I've already said it. Okay. So, there's a lot of bad cards. I guess the question is what we're headlining here. Even, up 2, up 1, up 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so kitchen debates? I think we just headline NASA, right? It's annoying if it gets sedated out, but we don't want to headline We Will Bury You because UN intervention is in the deck, so we might not get the 3 VP anyway. Although, it denies a coup, it pressures, and we could overprotect Zaire and move into Zimbabwe. Yeah, maybe we don't get greedy in Africa and we just do We Will Bury You. Brush war. Well, where are you brushing? Thailand's juicy. You don't know I hold Africa scoring. I mean, this isn't good for me. Deep breaths. Okay. Hope for no ABM treaty. No VOA, no ABM, no UN intervention, and then we might be able to drop Africa scoring and Space Alliance and try and put the game to bed. I mean, they just need to be holding any of Middle East, Asia, or Europe scoring to make their job even that much more difficult, but who knows? Mid-war cards in the deck, a lot more variables. Let's see. Okay, coup's good. Doesn't affect the balance in Africa. So we just drop Africa scoring. And now we're a space away from victory if they don't beat us to it. And we'll space alliance for progress. And we're holding OAS. Okay. Let's hope they don't have Central America scoring. Here's our 50-50 for the win. Nope. Tragic. Ah, boo. So next up, we'll coup Colombia. Nice. They'll coup it back. If we can avoid South America scoring being bad for us, pretty much every scoring card in the deck's a disaster. Okay, Salt Brush. Ooh, you cheeky boy. So we'll definitely cover Thailand against Brush War. Yeah. So Brazil. Oh, nice choice. Nice choice. Ugh. Let's go with that, so we could set up realigns on Iran and Venezuela. That wasn't a shabby salt. Yeah, you get your shot. Which makes, all of a sudden, okay, so now we do have to coup for the Millops. 4, 5, or 6, please. Oh, nice. So, scoreline's less flattering than it was at 18, but we've got ways to control the Middle East. They're getting one last coup. They're going to have a go, and they succeed nicely. Asia and Europe scoring, please. Not sure what opponent is deciding. That's odd. Oh! NORAD. Yeah. Just jack it up. Jack it up, sunshine. What do we get? Asia scoring is nice. Okay. Let's think carefully. Okay, so what's likely to be a headline? Yasuri would be bad for us. Shuttle diplomacy is a bit annoying. I mean, maybe we just go Middle East. So we go NASA Asia scoring and try and snag another VP. Let's do that. Okay, John Paul. Annoying but repairable. So let's just drop Asia scoring. And if they then drop Europe scoring, we can do U2 to win. If they try and jam Poland, we do U2 to win. If they get a coup somewhere, we win. They have to basically score a VP now. Ah! Neatly done. I think we want realigns, don't we? Starting with Iran. Oh, come on. Oh, that was terrible. I think I'm making all the wrong plays close to the end here. Getting silly. Missile MV could get ABM nuclear test ban flower power. Nuclear test ban and flower power aren't exactly great for us. Well, since we're not going to get them out of the Middle East, I guess we use Camp David but cover Libya as well as Egypt. Yeah, the realign was greedy. Should have gone for Poland, but in the end they've couped. That's good for us. And that could have gone worse. One into Poland? Okay. Let's cease to be greedy. Cover Poland and one into Israel to move back into Egypt. We still want to see nuclear test ban go before we missile MV. Ugh. Nice work. Absolutely hanging around. Bear trap goes nowhere. We'll get the coup off in Cameroon. We've still got Southeast Asia scoring going for us. Ooh. Headline peaking. Coup Cameroon, please not a 1. Good. Mm-hmm. 20. That keeps Europe ahead at least. Okay. We're fine for Asia for now. It should be less of an issue. So realigns on Venezuela. Ah! Gave with the first hand, took away with the second. Need to work out what card's been discarded that I've missed. Special relationship? Nope. One of mine? Neutral one. Who bleeding knows? We'll work it out. Ooh, here we go. Okay. That could be worse for us, right? So with Camp David, we're going to have to go into Egypt. Hope they don't have Sadat. Give up another VP. Bleh. Ooh, this faded on us fast, but I mean, you know, I'm still being churlish here. We're still in a very strong position, but in my haste to try and end the game early, I'm just setting it back further and further, which is silly. Yeah, Southeast Asia scoring, Europe scoring fine. Some successful shenanigans in Venezuela, also fine. Getting ABM and Junta, great. Bearing in mind they get to headline peak. Oh, that's so bad for us. So bad. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Lone gunman. Let's have perfect information, please. We at least have South America scoring, but we're a Junta away from being crucified. Oh my goodness. Not South America scoring. Well, that's all right for us because they're trading one for another. They should know if they return it, it's getting evented. So, oh, okay. No scoring cards. Okay, so we are going to save face and we're going to put one in Brazil, drop South America scoring for 0. This is an absolute shambles. So Che's fine for us. They may space it. Arab Israel's good for them. Panama Canal's okay for them, and Hunter's great for them. They'd be mad not to Hunter here. 2 into Panama, coup Panama. Or 2 to Argentina, coup Panama. Still no Europe scoring, which is blech. This game has been drawn out very well. That's all right for us, I suppose. Egypt's a little annoying. Yep. But we will UN intervention. In fact, no. We're going to use OPEC, knowing it's not going to score us many points. Yeah, that's fine for now. We're going to have to UN intervention OAS specifically. And space shuttle dip. We may have to eat shuttle dip, I suppose. We need to get a coup off on Colombia before Hunter, because another option is to Costa Rica, realign Panama, which is nice. We'll certainly be eventing Fidel. But a coup on Cameroon protects Panama a little longer. Portuguese Empire and South Africa in their hand is very frustrating for them, I guess. So where's this going? Fine for both. What do we want to do first? I think we do want to take that coup on Colombia. We get our ops in. Che still has plenty of targets. I think now we do want to be spacing shuttle diplomacy. I think the crucial thing is that we know they can't break Europe because they've got no 4-op cards, and Europe scoring is definitely coming next turn, as long as they don't get dealt arse not and Europe scoring, in which case that's just another kick in the teeth. Oh, the deck is outrageously blue as well. That's alright for us. They went Argentina? That's understandable. We kind of want to get our realigns in before they get theirs in. The problem is UN Intervention OS is a single realign. Blur. Oh, and they've got Panama Canal returns, don't they? Yeah. So that's not good. Okay. Boring tempo. Space shuttle diplomacy. Fails. Where have Roscosmos been? So the issue they have now is, of course, Che isn't great for them. They might as well take the 50-50. Yep. Oh man, NASA is absolutely gassed to the gills. So we'll go UN intervention, OAS, coup Guatemala, because if successful, we're now a Fidel away from flipping Central America. Man, if they get dealt arse not, Europe scoring and Southeast Asia scoring, I might actually go insane and have to be hauled away from my screen. So we know they have to use Panama Canal returned. And then they're either giving up a VP in Willy Brandt or giving up a lot of Africa position in South Portuguese Empire crumbles and South Africa unrest. This is event and repair. Great. Next is South African unrest, event and repair. And we finish with nuclear subs, cover Panama, retake South Korea. Oh, come on. Miss on the second, please, so I can refill it. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll straight we take Cuba, because if they coup with the only place they can coup with South African unrest cleanly is Angola. If they coup anywhere else, they're kind of stuffed. So eventing Panama Canal returned is still their best bet. Okay, please just deal us the scoring cards, or ask not, one or the other. But do not deal them, ask not the scoring cards, please. Uh, 42-25. Still haven't quite worked out what that other one is still. What did they do? Wasn't paying attention. We got asked not. That's good news. We don't get to control when the scoring cards drop. Yeah, straight event, that's fine. So Quagmire is the headline here. Yeah. And let's just hope they weren't dealt defectors. Yeah, discard got removed, so Oh, they've got bloody ABM treaty, don't they? Man, I've really not been tracking cards. Indo-Pakistani War as well. One small step. Have we seen Summit go? I've got Summit. Middle East, Southeast Asia scoring. So yeah, I've got them for 11 cards. One idiot. But Europe and Southeast Asia scoring are two of them. So ABM on Thailand, pretty much their only play. Yeah, I don't know what the 10th card I missed is. ABM, nuclear test ban, Europe scoring, duck and cover. It's kind of relevant. Okay, anyway, ABM treaty as expected. Yeah, okay. So, we get two coups, and we're going to use the China card. We're going to be greedy at this point. So if Middle East drops for 0, Europe and Southeast Asia scoring are currently enough to take the cake. They get out in 1. I think we're just going to have to keep playing the bleeding long game, aren't we? So, coup Nigeria. At least now we get Milops unless they succeed with Indo-Pakistani War. So they can drop. We need to hold Sadat and Arse not. We need to hold a lot of these till they scream, basically. Which is troubling. This game is still not over. Okay, well that's reassuring. We can use emit to overprotect. Although, I suppose we want to cause trouble in 2 places, don't we? So, yeah, that forces him to riposte somewhere else. My hand is eventually going to come back and haunt me. It's about scoring card timing, I guess. Which scoring cards are you gonna drop first with 3? Because you're running out of ARs. Socialist governments in Africa scoring. NATO drops. Jamming France. Retaking the Middle East. Well, we're going to have to use the Ussuri River skirmish to take France and cover Thailand. Which now renders Southeast Asia scoring a lot more palatable. This has truly been a masterclass in kind of weathering the storm and repelling. I feel like, the scoreboard's been red the entire game. And I am just getting nowhere. Special relationship, we tap. Middle East scoring is currently worth a VP. Still going for it. So, we're going to get 5 from Europe, 1 from the Middle East. That's game. Oh boy. That was a fight. Rear guards to space. Middle East for a VP. And I get the Millops. Oh well, credit where credit's due. That was a good long holdout. Got there in the end. Right, okay, we're done talking. Next game is Saturday morning. So until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.